Hello, this is May 10th. This is my 1 week on testosterone. I just took my second injection. Some things I wanted to bring up this week of things I've noticed. Just so you know, everybody's prescription varies. Mine is 0.3 milliliters every week for now. Just some things I've noticed among my friends, among other trans guys I know, and it's a bit of a concern. Is some guys are a little bit further ahead than I am, and they still haven't come out yet. My thing is I've had a smooth transition, mainly because I've already come out. With my friends, with work. My work, HR knew when I was going to counseling. I sat down with her, I was very open and honest. You know, this is something I'm considering changing in my life. And she's like, okay, what can we do to make it a smooth transition? It's things like that. People fear coming out so much that they put it off until the last minute, then they wonder why they get a negative response. It's, you know, some people are automatically going to have a negative response. Some people have a negative response based on the fact of, well, you waited till now to tell them by the time that you're sprouting facial hair and it's kind of obvious, and then they feel left out. So that's my thought on it. But I wouldn't be here without my wonderful wife, and they're eating Chinese. But she's been my rock. There were a few people that it was harder for me to break the ice to, and she was the one that helped me. And she's actually the one that's giving me my injections, not feel thing. She's great. And some people would say, you know, don't do this in a relationship. That's fine for some. I prefer mine in the fact of, you know, it's great I already have a supportive partner. If she wasn't supportive, truthfully, we wouldn't be in a relationship. We'd be like, okay, this is where we need to have the friends talk, because unfortunately some people are so afraid of coming out and coming out to their partner, and it's like, if this is a point in your life, if this is something you feel is necessary, you won't fear those that much, because in the end, their decision does not affect your choice. Plain and simple. Some things may have to change, like if me and her were to break up if she weren't supportive, we wouldn't be living together. Well, that's not necessarily true, but anyhow. You know, this past week's been great. I've felt probably the most at ease that I've been in years. And I'm a pretty laid-back person, but it's just been a great week. My mood's just been completely stable. I've been happy, I've been upbeat. It's felt like a giant weight's off my shoulders, because this was actually my first week at work that I binded, because I was like, you know what, hell with it. I binded. Everybody was like, I actually had one of my coworkers go, there's something missing there. I was like, we're gonna have a talk. And he was like, okay, cool, that's fine. So, I mean, my mood's been great. I've had a really bad cold this week, and I've just been nothing but upbeat. I've had a really stressful week at work, but it's been nothing but great. So, I mean, chemically, there's probably something in there where it's like, wow, or it's the fact that I'm finally set on the path of what I was wanting to do and meant to do all along. And this is just, it's great. Now, here's something. Some guys are like, you know, I'm going to get buff and this and that. Well, first off, you know, I already do have muscles, but that's because I spend at least between 4 and 6 days out of my week in the gym. I bust my ass and I watch what I eat. So, I take care of myself. So my results will vary from somebody that doesn't take care of themselves and doesn't try and put in that extra effort. My whole thing with this is I tried to do the best that I could to make this transition as easy as possible. I got in the best shape I could. I'm still working on my shape. I came out, everything, before I took that first shot of testosterone, even before counseling, I did as much as I could to get to where this is easier for me now. And it's part of, responsibility. If you want a smooth transition, if you want things to go as best as possible, you got to put your part into it. That's where a lot of guys, I think, are making the mistakes if they're delaying things that they shouldn't. And they're expecting too much from testosterone. I'm not saying that testosterone, probably won't give you results. I'm saying don't rely on a medication to give you what you don't even have. Like, I wouldn't rely on testosterone to give me big guns if I wasn't even in the gym. No, you do the best you can to get the result you want. I mean, now I will mention things I've noticed this week. Aside from my mood being stable, I have had an increased libido. It's like sometimes the wind blew sideways and I was like, hey, hi, how you doing? It was kind of nice. Yeah. And just, I used to be a towhead, but I've noticed that my peach fuzz feels a little thicker. I've always had a little bit of facial hair, but I've noticed it feels a little thicker. Maybe imagining it, but no, it feels a little thicker than it normally does. So with that being said, this week has been a great start, and yeah, just, I'm gonna come up with a few more good ideas for the future, but for now, hey, I've already got my second shot, and I'm about to go in there and chow down, because it's dinner time, and it's smelling really good right now. So, have a good week, and I'll catch y'all later.